in the bottom right as the red Terran. Give it up for Cure. And in the top left as the blue Zerg, put your hands together for Solar. ZVT on Ephemeron. Could go either way. With these players fighting through a plethora of powerful opponents to get here. Cure taking down Trap 2-1 in the previous round. Solar taking down sort of in similar fashion. Couple links coming out for Solar to defend against the Reaper. Very standard Zerg vs Terran stuff. Cure gonna force a Spore Crawler. Solar cancels, gets back to mining. One ling of damage as well. Second ling, not gonna get picked off. Reaper's gonna make sure there's a third, and then probably go home. 1-1-1 so far, going out for Cure. 2 Hellions for the harass. Cure hops up to the high ground. Gonna stutter step down, stutter step back. It's not gonna get the creep tumor, despite his best efforts. Hellion Reaper tries to slide by here, but it's not really gonna do too much damage. Hellion needs to get a couple shots off on these drones to actually get any kills. So just some delayed mining time for 2 Hellions and the Reaper. I feel like this is a misplay here from Cure. It's going for 4 more Hellions behind this. Tech Lab on the barracks. Liberator popping out. I feel like this is Trixie. Nothing researching at the Tech Lab yet. Huh. Cure has quite a bit of gas. Okay, no, he is going for stem. Alright, alright. Lair popping in for Solar. Solar just so good on the defense from these Hellions. Here finishes the CC, gonna morph it into an orbital. So we're gonna tap that wall. Spire play behind this. In the rear with the gear. Gonna see a scan. Marines are gonna begin cleaning up the creep tumors. They're going pretty far in, actually, trying to get as many as possible before that scan expires. One tumor actually gonna help the Zerg shield for quite some time. Kier has to disengage while this creep gets cleaned up. He's gonna take out the fourth, though, which feels good. Get the cancel on it. Solar is going for a Ling run by. Kier doesn't want to waste the Lings, but he could have gotten a wraparound on his early units. He would have taken attrition from the Hellbats, but I think he just wants to straight up engage this attack force. Here they come on to creep. Every day when you're walking on to creep, everybody that you meet has a differing point of view. Something like that. It's gonna be Marine, Hellbat, Widowmine to engage the Zerg here. Slower has his mutas out. He's gonna sail into that Nat. Here, stemming forward. Muta sharking around. Kier launching an attack on the Zerg 4th. Solar has this really quick moving, quick responding army. You can see him, you know, literally go with all his Lings across the map and pull back in time to be able to engage the Terran thanks to his creep spread. Kier gonna pull back. Solar gonna try and pick the medevacs. He gets one. Totally for free. Feels good. Ling aggro's the Widowmine. Muta's gonna take it down. Army supply even on both sides. Worker count in favor of Solar, which you'd expect the Zerg to be. Solar's totally maxed, and he's ready to engage here. Is he, though? Muta and the Overseer go down. It's gonna make it a little bit harder to clean up these Widowmines, especially as Drilling Claws is finishing in 10 seconds. Solar disengages, waits for the Overseer. The Banelings get a couple connections. This is a nice spread for the Terran over the bridges. Solar poking at the front with the Muta, Lingbane. That's too many mines at the top of that ramp. Solar's not going to be able to poke in here. Hive Tech about halfway done. 20 Lings, 21 more Banes on the way. Plus 2 Carapace about to finish. Plus 2 air weapons a little over halfway done. So going to be here around the 12-ish minute mark. Terran going for 3-3. As well as armored vehicle plating. Plus 2 on that vehicle plating. 4th CC under production here for Cure. Banelings roll up the ramp. Oh, they do get connections with the Marines despite the mine being there. They die too fast for the mine to aggro, but that's a lot. That was a massive connection. So many Banelings died in that. Oh, down go the Lings. Oh, this is literally a minefield. Not even a pun. It's just a minefield. Like, it's not even a joke. Spy Depot will burn down. Cure has extras. He's fine. Ling attack speed just started. Not going to be here anywhere near in time for this engagement, nor will plus 2 melee. The Terran going for 3-3. Solar with a huge bank. Throws down an Ultra Cavern. I mean, this is big Gabe bank account levels of money. He's gonna Ling Bane into the planetary, but not quite able to get the kill there. 1 SCV left over to repair. Cure just sitting his army off creep. This is just a giant bait. This is like a fishing line in the water. Daring the Ling Bane to roll onto the 2 Widow Mines. Solar splits off some sacrificial units. Cure's gonna back off across the bridge. Solar hitting in multiple places at once, getting a couple good connections. Utaflock threatening over here at this base. 12 SCVs do go down in the midst of all of this. Solar on a way better economy. But, you know, as the Terran heads farther and farther into the late game, the Terran does want to trade out SCVs for more orbitals, more mules, things like that, so he can have a heavier army supply on occasion. However, this is quite the economic differential. Ling's engaging into a choke, never good, but Solar does get the wraparound. Will clean up these Marines. Cure's starting to build his own bank up, bit by bit. Aegis gonna chase down the medevac. They will get the kill, eventually. Tough corner. Cure pushing the creep back. It's gonna come in from multiple angles. Ooh, he's gonna get 2 overseers here. Quite nice. Supply block Solar. This game still could totally go either way. It's a 6-base Zerg versus a 4-base Terran at the moment. Corruptor Muta could take down the CC if it wanted to. There's enough ground army to engage this. The Widowmines are out of position, but alas. So we're gonna pull back. Kira's still threatening on this other side. This is an absolutely insane ZVT. Not in that, like, anything too crazy's happened. It's just these guys keep poking at each other. And no one's really breaking through. Okay, this is a nice engagement here for Solar. Kira does have the bank to remake this, but it's going to eat into it quite a bit. And Solar has, like, an insane bank. Almost 8,000 minerals, 2,000 gas. It's going to get the kill on the CC. Kira still has a strike force over here, but it's totally isolated. The mines unburrow, they don't want to crash into small amounts of lanes. Banelings roll through, they get huge connections. Now Kira's in trouble. He's run out of mineral bank, and the Zerg swarm is unending. The 7,000 mineral, 3,000 gas is going to be converted into units to take this Terran down. 66 lanes, 6 Bane lanes, and an Ultra. On the production tab, Kira pushing into creep, trying to clean it up. Ultra engaging on the bridge. Ultra's behind. Corruptors in the air, taking down the medevacs. The Zerg rolls forward. Kira's army supply is getting cut down as Solar has more than enough bank to remax. Kira's being pushed back. Has Widowmines for safety against this wave. There's more Zerg where that came from. Mines splash into the Marauders. Ling Ultra gonna cleave the bio. Banelings should not connect here. Oh my god, that stutter stepping from Kira though. That stutter stepping. Couple supply depots are gonna blow up. Oh, these Corruptors totally abandoned. You want to save those, Solar? Yeah, he's gonna pull them back. Solar rolling in. GG is finally called. Solar takes game number 1. Spawning in the bottom left, it's the red Terran, Kiar. And in the top right, it's the blue Zerg, Solar. Solar taking game number 1 of this best of 5. But what a slugfest it was going to the ultra late game. Literally the ultra late game as Ultras hit the field and finally took down Kira. Kira with a bio mine play. Eventually just getting whittled down by the Zerg swarm. Hatch gas pool out of Solar. Kira with a Reaper Expo. Excuse my chair. Is it squeaky squeaks? It's the pool for the Zerg. 4 defensive lanes. And we're off to the races. It might be another long game here on Eternal Empire. Longer rush distance. A lot of bases to take. Coda, how you doing, man? That was a dank meme right there. Oh, the Reaper needs the queen onto him. Look, guys, look. I'm not usually a shipper, as they say, but I think Queeper. I think that's a celebrity couple we all want to see. I'm very disappointed in myself that I came up with the name Queeper. I'm never gonna say that word again in my life. It's done. It's out of my vernacular. Still a better love story than Twilight. Third base almost finished here for Solar. We have Overlord speed on the way for the Scout. Starport finished up, but this time Cure going for a Fusion Core. Now, this is something that works pretty well for Terrans. I believe... Okay, I just caught... Like, I was watching in, like, a small box on my second monitor as Chicken Man casted Game 3 versus Trap, but I believe it was Eternal Empire, and I believe he did go Battle Cruisers. So this is looking... man... Could be for Liberator range. No, it couldn't. No, it's never Liberator range, guys. It's never Liberator range. Before, like, the 11-minute mark, at least. Tech Lab, all good and ready to go. Now, Solar did see the Tech Lab on the Starport. How's he going to respond? Okay, he has a Roach Warren already up. He's getting a lair. I think he needs to... Okay, he's continuing Queen production, but not at all his hatches. There's that Cattle Bruiser. Hey, Pixel. How's it going? Solar moving in the Overlord. Cure picking off a couple tumors, but I'm not going to be able to make it to any mineral lines anytime soon. Solar sees the 2 factories. He knows he's going up against Battlecruiser Mech. Excuse me. Sorry, hope that didn't damage your ears there. How unprofessional. I need to put a mute button on my mouse, but anyway, Battlecruiser's gonna pick off an Overlord. Spire is started up here for Solar. Solar claims his El Naga, scouts the positioning on these Hellions. Roaches are gonna fall back. Cure has his third, like, very well established. Solar goes for the high gas yield expansion. Cure scouting around the 4th location, getting a moto cannon, more battle cruisers on the docket. I don't know how much success Solar is gonna have if he wants to push in here. A Nidus play on the way for Solar. Infestation Pit dropped for... This could be Swarm Host. Oh my god, these Corruptors just chatting all over that CC. Cyclones will push them away. Just gonna be a little bit shy. 2 more factories for Cure. The battlecruiser survives. It's painful for my Zerg heart. Like 29 HP. Out comes the Nidus. There's the Swarm Hosts. Locust Wave going into the Nat. Cure does scan this. He does see just right the edge of the creep and the Swarm Hosts and the Locust Wave. He's going to respond as best he can. Looks like he's going to take 1.5 Cyclones as losses. Not really too much damage there. Swarm Hosts, really expensive units. They gain value over time, but you really gotta keep pounding at your opponent, and Solar lost the Nidus. Roach Ravager coming in from multiple angles. Oh, nope, those are the Swarm Hosts, never mind. He's coming in from one angle. Battle Mech should be able to hold the high ground here. In fact, it will. 3 tanks in the background. Way too much for this to push through. Here's this Locust Wave. As the Corruptors engage on the BC, that's really nice, but it has blink off cooldown, so it's going to get out of dodge. Other Nidus is launched. Supply depot burns down. Solar the one getting supply block though, as 3 BCs are all over his Nat. The Roach Ravager is breaking through, but there's 3 tanks in the background. Files take out 2. There's still the 3rd one. 4 BCs now in the air, floating in a cloud above this Roach Ravager. Where are the Corruptors? Here they come. But are they enough to take on 4 battlecruisers? Oh, hey, thanks, Dragon Soul. Really appreciate it. Solar continuing this constant siege of the Terran, but it seems like the more units Solar throws into the meat grinder, the stronger Cure becomes. Battlecruiser's gonna begin firing at this Locust Wave as they're... Okay, no, they're not. Actually, Cure's just gonna back up, let the missile turrets eat the damage. Roach Ravager pokes in behind it. A lot of the Locusts already cleaned up. Hellbat's going down, but a fungal growth dropped on the SCVs as well as the battle cruisers. Yamato cannons go off on the Corruptors. Corruptors push forward. 2 of the battle cruisers go down, but 3 still holding strong in the air. Solar engages with the Roach Ravager, but without the support of the rest of the units. Swarm Host getting farther off cooldown. 10 SCVs going down for Cure. He does still have a bit of a bank to cushion this blow. A bunch of siege tanks going up behind the supply depots and in front of the supply depots. Roach Rav gonna shark around to the right. One Nidus will be taken out. There is another. Locust Wave goes in again, going to take out 2 tanks and a Cyclone. Not a bad start. A couple Hellbats going to get beaten up as well, and some SCVs will go down. Bile takes out one of the tanks, but a couple Roaches go down in return. Solar on 5 base behind this, but Cure still sitting strong on 4. Oh god, the Nidus goes down before unloading quite all of the Swarm Hosts. Another Locust Wave is dropped. It's going to go in on the tank Hellbat. Here comes Solar moving forward, but the Zerg forces are dwindling. Cure has held the Zerg aggression. Solar going to have to beat it back to his bases and formulate a defense. 28 links, 8 Roaches. Another Corruptor coming out, +2 Carapace. Going onto the field as well as +1 Air Carapace. Oh no, the Swarm Host cut off from retreat. Cure securing his side of the map, only a single Nidus remaining on that side. Couple tanks, a few BCs, and the Hellbats push to the edge of creep, but they're not brave enough to engage onto it just yet. Another battle cruiser on the production tab, air weapons on the way as well. Planetary, a few more Cyclones going up for the Red Terran. A Hive finishing for Solar. Finally, gonna see if he transitions out of his current tech. Locust Wave launched on this side as another Nidus is dropped down to the southeast. 11 SCVs get picked off from their nice economic damage. However, Kira still neck and neck in workers. Kira securing this 5th base, and it's looking pretty impregnable right now. The Planetary just finishing up. Roach Rav and the Battle Mech poking at one another. Some Banelings will go down for free here. Locust Wave is launched. It's going to go in on the Planetary. Not too many SCVs here to repair, but the battle cruisers should be able to hold on. Corruptors come in. Every Yamato cannon is a dead Corruptor. Creep spread really nice here to help out Solar. It's going to be able to cut down the Cyclones. Here come the battle cruisers to reinforce. The Nidus falls. What an absolutely insane game, number 2. Bile doesn't quite connect with the BCs. The Corruptor count is pretty diminished here. Greater Spire about to finish. Here come the reinforcements for the Zerg. Kira trying to push back the creep. Another Nidus goes down. Both players basically maxed. Alright, one BC goes down on the retreat. Second BC heavily under fire. It's getting stutter step down. The tank's really low on health. 3 of them are going to back out. That's going to abandon the tank line. Tank count basically reset here as Cure tries to regroup. Solar's taking this base here on the Terran side of the map. Both these players just constantly spending their money and throwing the units into the meat grinder. Oh. This Locust Wave should be able to pick off the Planetary if it focus fires. Nope, it's engaging the fighting units. Bile is going to pick off the Planetary. So we're moving in here. The battle cruisers might be able to hold in the air, though. Cure taps out. GG as Solar goes up 2-0 in the best of 5 grand final. Our third map will be Triton. Spawning. In the top left, it's the red Terran, Cure. And in the bottom right, it's our blue Zerg, Solar. Solar a single game away from taking those $100, or as I like to call them, e-gaming credits, as well as some ESL Pro Tour points. Here in the ESL Open, number 4, Korea edition. These have been very close, very hard-fought games, but Solar just coming ahead. Coming out ahead, I should say. Wow. Both players trusting in their build. Cure's not gonna cheese. He's going for the Reaper expand. Solar. With the hatch gas pool. Orbital, about to finish. Reaper going out for Cure. 4 defensive lings for Solar. Solar will get this third out in time. 290, 300, down goes the hatch. Cure getting up a factory. And going for an early third. Okay. Could this be BC's again? I don't think so. There's a starport. That doesn't mean much. We're probably going to see a tech lab on the barracks no matter what. Oh, he repositions the barracks, actually. Okay. We'll keep an eye on that. Solar a few workers ahead, as is to be expected. There's the tech lab on the barracks. It's gonna be a medevac out first for Cure. $18 lings for Solar. Roach is coming out as well. Hellions pushing forward, but this is going to be a Ling Roach Ravager. Basically 2 base all in. And it is going to hit hard. Solar has a couple games to play around with if this fails. Oh no, the supply depots are down! The Lings have entered the main! The Roach Ravager bringing up the rear. The SCVs have begun to fall. GG is called, and Solar takes the series 3-0 and is your Korea Cup number 4 grand champion, taking home $100 from the ESL Pro Tour.